leading. Well, good evening. How good it is to have you with us on Red Barn Radio. I'm Bradford Becker. Tonight we continue in our 22nd season of Red Barn Radio, and we welcome you to show number 836. That's a big deal. 8:36. 8:36. Yeah. The son of educators, grandson of laborers, Luke Trimble is a storyteller capturing life in Appalachia. A mix of bluegrass, electric, folk, and country, Trimble's music is made of memory, his own memory of growing up in Paintsville, Kentucky, the memory of rich cultural history, and an instinctive Eastern Kentucky memory passed down through family, lore, or maybe in the water that runs out of the hills. Welcome Luke Trimble and his band, The Shakes, to Red Barn Radio.
Thank you. This first tune's called Kathleen. Follow so free. Closest thing that I felt to God is in your arms by the banks of that creek. As midnight moon overhead behind a dogwood tree. Kiss sweet sun goodnight and give stars to you and me. 'Cause taste of your lips is like a breath of fresh air. Like someone like you. You have care in the world for that you're born, heathen like me. Don't get me wrong, swear that I could use company. Who can't hear me, Kathleen. Of the holler, hand in hand, you and I go. Stop to brush back your hair, put a fire behind your ear, and oh, how made your eyes glow. Just case ain't tune and the crickets join in harmony. As I lean in towards you, you lean back in towards me. Taste of your lips like a breath of fresh air. Have someone like you, we have care. In the world for that you're born, heathen like me. Don't get me wrong, swear that I could use company. Who can't hear me, Kathleen. Like these I wish could last a lifetime, so we didn't have to waste nights on sad goodbyes. 'Cause taste of your lips is like a breath of fresh air. Have someone like you, we have care in the world for a natural born heathen like me. Don't get me wrong, swear that I could use company. Well, can you hear me, Kathleen?
Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
Luke Trimble's ties to Appalachia run deep. Through the bumps of childhood and multiple moves within the region, Trimble and his siblings held tight to each other and rooted themselves in one thing that was always there, the deep mountain landscape of eastern Kentucky. While his family remains in Paintsville, Kentucky, Trimble has recently made Lexington his home. Tonight, Luke is joined by his band here at Red Barn Radio, The Shakes. They are Braxton Burke on drums, Alden Oldfield on pedal steel, Daniel Huff on electric guitar, my neighbor, Connor McGlone on bass, and Lucy Becker on fiddle. Welcome to Red Barn Radio, Luke Trimble and The Shakes.
Thank you. This next tune is one that's off of my first EP that was released around the last time I was here. It's an Appalachian love song, is what I like to describe it. It's called Fire and Gasoline.
Key boots off, feel bluegrass between the toes. And take my hand, we'll dance to the tune that the crickets crow. Lord, how I drift for the sun to peek over that ridge line. So honey, let's all waste a second of our precious time. Uncle John will beat my hide for a jar of shine I stole. Just a few sips of that stuff will have her stripping down her clothes. The frost held heavy as you laid away in my arms. But I won't forget the words you said, you stared at the autumn stars. You said, boy, this old world could be cold and blue. Since till I laid eyes on you, so friend, if I'll ever leave, it's together, honey, our love burns like fire, gasoline. Gasoline. Rooster crow plays a nightingale, coyotes headed back to the den. You hightailed back to Lower Branch before your daddy woke up to 10. I stuck around and lit one up and waited as the sun would rise. And those words wouldn't leave my hazy head along with your dancing brown eyes. And you said, boy, this old world could be cold and blue. It didn't make a lick of sense till I laid eyes on you. Don't you fret if I'll ever leave, 'cause together, honey, our love burns like fire. Gasoline. Gasoline.
Thank you.
Can I have some more fiddle, please, in my monitor?
All right, next we're going to do you a new tune. This song, it's kind of about saving your money up for the person you love to give them what they deserve. It's a new tune that we're hoping to put out here next year. It's called Finer Things.
The way this house makes you shake. Teach Aaron on the edge of the bed, freezing to death. Saying can't leave this place. Well, I don't know, but I promise you one thing will beat winter snow. No, I ain't a rich man, won't you take my hand? Let's climb out of this hole. Girl, don't you understand? I got a big plan to build us a home. Buy you a ring. Honey, I'm saved all money. Give you the finer things. I hate the way this old car won't start half time. Try to fix it up myself, but I ain't got a gearhead in my hind. But I do got love for you. That'll take us as far as we need to. Girl, don't you understand? I got a big plan. Turn around our luck. Looking on the internet at Cherry Red 05 Chevy truck with a passenger seat for a queen. Honey, I'm saving all money. Give you finer things. I know sometimes it gets hard. I'll be your light in the dark. So if you're ever scared and alone, just know that my heart is no field of road. I hate the way I can't give you the whole world. See, love's a priceless thing. You don't measure a man with gold or pearls. But you can have all of me. What I got to give don't cost a damn thing. No, I ain't a rich man, won't you take my hand? Let's climb out of this hole. Girl, don't you understand? I got a big plan to build us a home. Buy you a ring. Honey, I'm saving all money. Give you the finer things. Finer things.
Thank you. Does anyone need a water? All good?
I'd like a water.
Okay. Sharing is caring. Thank you, Zach. We're going to do you another new tune here. This one's kind of a sadder song, I guess the words are, but it's an upbeat one. But it's kind of just trying everything in the world to get over someone that's in your head. So this next tune's called Reading Books.
I've been reading books on things I can't quite comprehend. I call myself a smart man. I've been pedaling bikes, riding on trains, and catching flights, trying to get as far as I can from you. I gaze at the moon, one you can look into. A moment of connection be enough to make me blue. What what am I to do? My heart still longs for you. What am I to do? I've been watching ball, but ain't no fun when the cats are on and you ain't. Yelling from the living room. Nothing but shadows now, roam the halls and I'm out of town. No one's around to make a sound. This house was a place, felt like saving grace. Now it's just as lonely as a man in outer space. What am I to do? My heart still longs for you. What am I to do? Told me you'd always stay, had a wedding planned for May until the day that you drove away. I ain't drinking, man, but fifth of beam ain't left my hand, won't save me from this sinking sand. So if you got the time, won't you ring my line? Tell you that I'm sorry like I have 1,000 times. Will you see me through? Heart still longs for you. What am I to do?
I'm gonna slow it down a little bit here for this next one. So like I said, I released an EP last fall, and this is the title track to it. It's a song I wrote for my grandfather, and around the time when he passed away, there's this old car that's sitting in his yard for years and years, and it's kind of based on that car and you know, me trying to base my life a little bit on him. So this next tune's called Nothing to Lose.
That old Capri sat in Papa's yard since the winter of '83. Cold's low, unlike snow, never had the dough to fix that old thing. Through tall leaves, past cobwebs, beyond the rusted fender too. Soul still seems to be underneath that old Chevy hood, cruising through paradise, streets of gold like he should. Say good hands work, boy, keep 'em away from the booze. Take the Lord in your heart, you'll have nothing to lose. Never forget the day pulled up in that old truck. Hand me the keys, so here you go, son. Don't go pushing your luck. Saved as much as could to make sure the best for me. And these few words ring through my head as I cruise down 23. Put them hands to work, boy. Keep them away from the booze. Take the Lord in your heart, you'll have nothing to lose. through the holler that day, peacefully cold. Kid gone to sleep, cried as the corner drove away. Family came in from Ohio, funeral's merely a haze. If he could see his boy's now man, think he'd have this to say. Put them hands to work, boy, keep them away from the booze. Take your Lord in your heart, you'll have nothing to lose.
All right, if you're just joining us, our guest this evening on Red Barn Radio is Luke Trimble and the Shakes. Luke has been here before, but solo. So, Luke, great to have you back in any shape or form, but great to hear the band.
Absolutely. Great to be back.
Yeah.
A little bit louder, but it's more fun, I think.
Oh, good. Well,
Yeah.
no, it was fun last time. It's a different kind of fun this time. So I was looking at my notes from the last time we talked, and I obviously know you're from Paintsville, and I know from my notes that you have a dog named after Towns Van Zandt.
That is true.
Everybody in here already know that? Know that? Yeah, so is the dog's name Towns?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Towns Van Trimble. But yeah.
Nice. So is Dutch? Do you have Dutch heritage for your family?
No, not at all. But I'm a big Towns Van Zandt guy, though.
Yeah. So was Towns Van Zandt somebody you listened to as a young person, even as early as high school?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think I got into him, around college, I would say. Kind of diving into more of that, like, Texas country around that time, the songwriter, the Willie Nelson, those kind of guys. But I think probably around college is when I started getting into Towns.
Yeah. When you were in college, were you the guy who was always trying to turn your friends on to something new, to some new music that they maybe hadn't heard before?
Yeah, and my friend, I have a few here now. My friends I'm lucky to have, they have great music taste, and I think we all kind of went through phases together. Like, we had our rap phase there for a little bit, maybe in college. But I think country music has always been a staple of, I'm close to my friends that are from back home, so it's always been a staple in our lives, I think. And yeah, I think it's something we all share mutually.
Yeah. Were you listening to country music? When you say country music, are you talking about the kind of country music that
I guess it's pretty
people are
broad.
line dancing to in bars, or the kind of country music where you're kind of listening to the guitar part and listening?
Yeah, I think during that time, I definitely, when getting into Towns, was more of the lyrics and kind of diving into that side of the music. I think it's like, his songs really blew my mind. It was something that really inspired me to write, but in a different way than I was kind of used to. He had those really deep, sad songs, but somehow made you feel whole, I guess, kind of thing. And I don't know, it was something that was really new to me, and inspired me a lot to write. And
yeah, and yet, what we know about Towns Van Zandt is he's a guy who really struggled.
yeah,
And
I like that. I think I like that part about him. Just kind of not. I don't think he cared much about the money or the fame or anything. He was one of those guys that was just, like, true to his music, and I really respected that, and hope I kind of model that with mine.
Well, he was true to his music, and he was also true to his alcohol.
He was, that
yeah.
too,
And
yeah.
so, did you ever? I mean, at any point in time, did you think, boy, maybe to write some deep, meaningful tunes? Maybe I ought to explore the other side too, sort of mind alteration and that kind of thing. Did that ever occur to you, or did you always feel like you had sort of a value that made you steer clear of that?
I mean, when it comes to, like, his drinking songs and things like that, I don't know if it's ever been something that inspired me, but I think from a distance, I like observing those kind of people who are just, in that time in the world. I think those, like, late 60s, early 60s kind of guys who just really didn't give much of a care, and kind of put it all into their music, no matter how, like Blaze Foley, those kind of guys, just no matter how deep it was. And that was inspiring to me, not to the point where, it made me want to indulge in some of those things, but it was definitely, I don't know, I think it kind of broadens your horizon on writing music and what you want to put into it and what it means to other people, I think. And that's always been important to me when writing. Is it going to resonate with someone else and resonate with, a story maybe in their life or a person in their life.
Yeah.
I think that's something he did great.
Yeah, I agree. Is there a particular song of yours that you've gotten feedback on and people have said, oh, yeah, that really makes sense to me, or there's a line in that song that I keep thinking of. Have you gotten some feedback like that from a song of yours and that's kind of been affirming for you?
I don't know. I think like that last song we played, Nothing to Lose, is something that someone can, people can always relate to. And I think it's like I've noticed some people that have listened to it, and I think it's something we can all, like I said, relate to. And Nothing to Lose is one of those songs that's meaningful to me, but it also can be meaningful if it's, if you've had a grandfather or grandmother pass away and things like that.
Yeah. Go back to high school, to those days when you were first sort of exploring sort of who you were as a person. There were some people in Paintsville who were sort of starting to make a mark. Can you talk a little bit about your sort of your connection to Tyler and how that was for you as a young person watching him grow and develop as a player?
It was everything to me. I don't think I'd be, standing in this room with all these people if I never discovered, his music. And it wasn't like it was something I found on the internet. He was someone who was a few years older than us in school, and my mom had him in class when he was in kindergarten at Louisa, and then
oh, really?
My dad was good buddies with him. I wore this shirt, it's an Avett Brothers shirt. They went to an Avett Brothers concert together once, and it's just little stories like that. And my mother worked with him at the movies in Paintsville during the summers, and I can remember him handing out bottles and Bibles, CDs, and just I think when I really got into him, it wasn't like he was huge, but it was something that was inspiring to me that I can make music about a lifestyle that I resonate with, and it was new to all of us, I think, but with Tyler, it was like a very very up close thing that we got to witness. It was a very unique experience for all of us, I'm sure, and seeing where he's made it today, a few Grammy nominations here coming up, and it's a powerful thing. It makes me believe that I can, do what I want with this music thing,
Yeah, and it's powerful for all of us.
Absolutely.
Right? Who live here in this state and who love the music that comes out of this state. And you think about how much Tyler has not only impacted you, but in a different way, because you were sort of in his environment and the world that he grew up in. But then you think of other musicians who've been impacted by him, and you think about him and Sturgill. Neither of those guys seemed bent on sticking with the status quo. I mean, even Chris Stapleton, right? Also from out there in the Steel Drivers, he helped us to kind of rethink the vocals that happened in bluegrass music.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like when you're developing as you develop as an artist, do you ever feel like you'd like to blaze some new trails with your music?
We talked about going a little electric here, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm in love with acoustic music and what we're doing as a band. It's all been new to me this year, and it's been the most fun process I've done with the music, is getting to be with all these amazing musicians and make these songs that I've written into something more, and go in different directions. I don't think so just of now. I think we're just getting into what the groove of what we're wanting, the sound what we're wanting, and getting in the studio next January for some dates, and maybe post of that album, maybe we can figure some stuff out. But I think I really like the sound we're going with right now, and just adding Alden has been really nice as well with the pedal steel.
You know what? You guys do have a great sound going on right now. I think I was just thinking, the Americana field is pretty full right now. I'm just wondering if you individually or the Shakes as a band feels like you're going to have that time that it takes, right, to experiment.
Yeah.
And sort of wallow around in some new material to make you kind of reimagine maybe how some of your songs come out. Like, I mean, that song you played, just, is it Finer Things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Finer Things. I mean, that could be an R&B song.
I feel like we do that
see
every
horns
time
and
we're, exactly. And I think we do that every time we're together practicing. You know, we started off last year practicing a lot through, a couple times a week, and it's really formed to a sound that's, I think, at the same time, it's something I love, but it's also unique. Like you're saying, that Finer Things can be, whatever it wants to be. And I don't think I want to, make music that is so, that everyone does, I guess, is the easy thing to say. And like you're saying, this Americana feel, it's very fully loaded right now. And I think anything to kind of set you apart is important. And I think what we've done together is setting our songs apart.
Yeah. Well, so music, back in thinking high school again, music was for you kind of a break into kind of new territory, because your familiar zone when you were in high school, right, was you're sort of just a normal guy who likes music and you play sports. You played sports, right?
Yes.
What'd you play?
Basketball, football, and track.
Oh, nice. And what was your main sport?
I would say best would probably be football. We had a pretty good team back in the day at Paintsville High School.
Paintsville's got some history in their sports programs.
Yeah.
But and basketball, you a guard or post or
point guard?
Oh, nice. Shoot, slash.
Pass first kind of guy. I was never a good shooter, but
no.
I can make my free throws, but behind the 3-point line, not my thing.
Well,
I have some people that could back me up here.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, really? What? The audience. Some are shaking their head and some are nodding their head. Why don't you hand your guitar to Lucy for a second? Let's see.
What are we doing here?
See if you got some. See if you still got some stuff.
I'll show you something.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I want you to dribble a little bit for us. Okay. See what you got.
I'll show you something
Oh.
cooler.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That's good shtick, but I mean, do you got game is the question we have. Why don't you step back to where Lucy is?
This is an old gym.
Let's see.
Right?
Yeah, this is an old gym you're in right here. Let's we set up a little can for you here. Let's see if you can make a shot. Not back too far. We want to keep you on camera. Let's see if you got some shot. What do you got? Oh. All right, let's give him a hand. All right. There we go. All right.
That's probably the best I've shot under pressure my whole career.
That's a lot of pressure. You had a lot of people watching that. Hey, folks, if you're just tuning in with us, we're with Luke Trimble and the Shakes. We got a lot of music and a lot of conversation this evening. Let's get back to some music with Luke Trimble.
We're gonna do this is not a newer song, but it's one that has not been recorded, and we're hoping to put it on the new album. It's called Fine Wine.
Never was the brightest, so I couldn't pass a test. I was smart enough to know that you weren't like the rest. From the moment you were here, then you'd up and gone. Say love like that never lasts, but it's never felt so strong. Heard you met a boy and took off west in his car. So was surprised to my eyes when you walked into this bar. Seen this one before, maybe in my dreams. It always ends with your heart coming back to me. 'Cause we're just two lost souls creeping through time. Here we are now, how you've aged like fine wine. And we ain't going nowhere, so let's just take it nice and slow. 'Cause it's took forever to get here, but we've got forever to go. Shaking in my boots, but I had to say hello. He replied with, oh my God, it's been too long, boy. Didn't take but a few words and I was right back home again. Say it's funny how the prettiest things come blowing in the wind. Simple things in life are what you came back looking for. Like dance tonight to the bluegrass tune on your mama's kitchen floor. That ain't the only thing she said, she came back here to find. She replied, well, I can't lie, you've always been on my mind. 'Cause we're just two lost souls creeping through time. Here we are now, how you've aged like fine wine. And we ain't going nowhere, so let's just take it nice and slow. 'Cause it's took forever to get here, but we've got forever to go. Lately, girl, my life ain't had much reason. Seeing you here tonight gives me something to believe in. So we're just two lost souls creeping through time. Here we are now, how you've aged like fine wine. We ain't going nowhere, so let's just take it nice and slow. 'Cause it's took forever to get here, but we've got forever to go. Oh, yes, it's took forever to get here. We've got forever to go.
Thank you. This next tune is one I wrote also just a couple months ago. It's all about the fall time. Just being here in Lexington during the fall, and I was sitting at my house pretty homesick for the mountains, and there's no prettier time in the world, I think, in Eastern Kentucky than fall. When all the leaves turn red, orange, and yellow, and it's a sight to see. When it gets this time, they all start falling and dying. It's kind of bare and ugly, but at that right peak time, it's a beautiful thing. And I was sitting in my apartment in Lexington and wishing I was home. So this song's called Fall Song. It's a creative title.
When the air turns cold on the ridge of the Appalachians, That is where my heart longs to be. When leaves on the oak trees shine orange and gold, fog sits still in the mornings as you drive that holler road. Her phone I will call, say I can't take but one more fall without you. Miss all those times we laugh and get high and dance beneath the harvest moon. Sister, oh, I'm pleading, I miss our younger days. Barefoot in the backyard while falling leaves sway. Can't you hear Mama yelling, supper's ready, let's bow our heads. Now the table's empty where we all once sat. As I write this song in a city alone where no one here knows my name, think of her face and the times in that place that we thought lasts for eternity. Lord, here we are now, again with these frigid bones. Nobody here to help keep me warm. So I'll stare out my window at the picture it puts in front of me, wishing I was with you, listening to the sound of a creek. Well, it ain't life or death, just a voice in my head that's saying it'll never be the same as it was way back when I was surrounded by kin and the fall-colored mountains in front of me. When the air turns cold on the ridge of the Appalachians, that is where my heart longs to be. When leaves on the oak trees shine orange and gold, fog sits still in the mornings as you drive that holler road.
This next tune's a recent one I wrote for my sweet girlfriend who's here today. The song I wrote about the night we met down the road at Manchester Music Hall. So it's about the night we met. It's called My Sweet Renee.
I can feel lightning bugs. She speaks to my heart like no one ever has, ever will, or ever does. I was a bitter man, sinking deeper in the sand, till he took me by the hand, said, I love the sound of this band. It's nice to meet you, come on, let's dance. Voice, it speaks the truth on words I never use. Her smile makes me see that nothing in this world could be more beautiful to me. Well, you sure were a sight underneath those neon lights. With my two left feet, try my best to stay on beat, while music flowed through you to me. How my heart took flight on that cold November night. It took my breath and gave me life all the same. Now that I know how it feels to have you to hold, I never want to go back to my wicked ways. Ooh, my sweet Renee. She calls me darling, I call her saving grace. There's nothing more that I want or need or what I have right now here in this place. So if you got the time, won't you follow me through the night? There's a great big world out there for us to take. What once was all so blue is now turned to a colorful hue. I'll never look at life the same way. It's all because of you, my sweet Renee. Light up the dark, I can feel lightning bugs. She speaks to my heart like no one ever has, ever will, or ever does.
All right. Pretty. That's a pretty song. Well, don't fret, folks. We've got lots more music and conversation with Luke Trimble and the Shakes, but I do want to take a moment to remind listeners that Red Barn live streams, both tonight's and on any Wednesday, remain available online for you to view at your convenience, along with our audio stream, compliments of WGAD.net in Central New York. Don't miss a single episode of our program, and be sure to tell your friends and share what you like about Red Barn Radio. Next week, we're going to be dark for the Thanksgiving holiday. But, man, are we looking forward to the week that follows Why, you may ask? Well, that's because on November 29, we'll be having with us top-notch singer-songwriter Brent Cobb. The American South isn't just Brent Cobb's home. It's his muse, too, a Georgia native. He fills his Grammy-nominated songwriting with the sounds and stories of an area that's been home to Southern rockers, soul singers, country legends, and bluesmen. Cobb has a name for that rich tapestry of music. He calls it Southern Eclectic, and he offers up his own version of it with his newest album, Southern Star. Cobb spent a decade realizing his solo record, like 2016's Shine on a Rainy Day, which earned a Grammy nomination for Best Americana Album, while penning hit songs for Luke Combs, Miranda Lambert, Little Big Town, and dozens of others. Now he's back down in Georgia where his family is. We're so glad he's going to join us here on Red Barn Radio for a session as he passes through on his current tour. So don't miss Brent Cobb, not next week, but on Wednesday, November 29, same time and on the station where you prefer to listen to Red Barn Radio. We look forward to having you with us for an evening of music and conversation with Brent Cobb in studio and on Red Barn Radio's live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. Now back to tonight's Red Barn Radio program. We welcome you live on our social media platforms, broadcasting from the Arts Place Performance Hall here in the grand city of Lexington, Kentucky. Welcome back, Luke Trimble and the Shakes.
Me and Miss Lucy Becker are going to do a few acoustic songs. So, you want these pretty young fellas to stay back here?
It's up to you
stand there
guys.
and look pretty, fellas.
It's up to you guys. What would the production team prefer? Anything in particular?
Whatever you guys want.
Whatever you like.
Yeah.
Good.
Whatever. Stay right there. Just look pretty. All right, I'm going to do you a tune that's kind of about, we talked there earlier about Townes Van Zandt. I think about people like that who kind of stick their own way, and I think you don't have to be mainstream to make it in this business. So the song's called Walking Away.
All these songs in my head, my heart's full of lead, each one just sad as the last.
Sorry, folks watching at home. Again, this tune is called Walking Away.
All these songs in my head, my heart's full of lead, each one just sad as the last. Try to hide from the blues, but get to thinking about you, and the black ink on my page turns blood red. Giving up on big dreams, hell with mainstream. Never was a big fan of Broadway. Trying to find a line for these ballads in my mind, but they all end if you walking away. There's no need to fear it, 'cause you'll never hear it. Keith Whitley was right about that. 'Cause I ain't on the radio and I ain't booked for no show. Should have been a teacher, just like my dad. Giving up on big dreams, to hell with mainstream. Never was a big fan of Broadway. Trying to find a line for these ballads in my mind, but they all end if you walking away. So here's one for you, wherever that may be. if I'm ever a star, hopefully you'll see. Wasn't all in vain, took time to explain how I cherish these words over any kind of fame. Giving up on big dreams, to hell with mainstream. Never was a big fan of Broadway. Trying to find a line for these ballads in my mind, but they all end with you walking away.
Thank you. This next tune's called Stay the Night.
Tear me to pieces like you always do. You're in that red dress, sends me to the moon. Really what gets me's watching it fall off, laying you down. Honey, is this love? Lay here for hours, not a care in the world. 'Cause mine's right beside me, and I'm telling you, girl, I'd stay here forever. Hope you do the same. 'Cause I'm longing for you, like a spark to a flame, like a spark to a flame. Wildflowers in rain, like the moon sets for the sun to rise. What's saying is true, feel the same way too. So why don't you stay the night? Why don't you stay? Fitzgerald by the fire, my six-string in hand. Play all the songs I wrote you until the bottle's in. As logs turn to ashes, he won't be the same. 'Cause I'm longing for you, like a spark to a flame, like a spark to a flame. Wildflowers in rain, like the moon sets for the sun to rise. What's saying is true, feel the same way too. So why don't you stay the night? Why don't you stay?
We'll do you another one here. I haven't played this one a whole lot since the last time I was on Red Barn, but it's one I wrote way before I met all these guys, and I think it's whoever you are, trying to make it out of a place you're not happy with. And in this instance, in this song, it's a girl trying to make out of a small town after some things go on with her family. So the song's called Better Days.
Smokes her weed from a deadhead bowl. Crops still gnash on the radio. She's helplessly hoping, searching for more. Big brown eyes with an old soul. Her brother went off to fight in the war. She couldn't make sense what they were fighting for. Dad drinks bourbon, reads Louis L'Amour. Lost her mama 2 years come the 4th. There's things in life you can't explain, like these demons roaming around your brain. Just take a deep breath, be okay, 'cause there's better days coming our way. Brother came home, he couldn't sleep. Night sweats kept him up for weeks. Can you blame a man for the things he'd seen? But I believe one day he'll begin to dream. Dad starts seeing a girl down the street. They watch cowboy movies and string green beans. Although he missed Mom, I was glad to see a desperate man so damn happy. 'Cause there's things in life you can't explain, like these demons roaming around your brain. Just take a deep breath, be okay, 'cause there's better days coming our way. She grew up and out of that frown, packed up her car and she was westbound. Thinks about her past and how Mom would be proud. She got out of that godforsaken town. 'Cause there's things in life you can't explain, like these demons roaming around your brain. Just take a deep breath, be okay, 'cause there's better days coming our way.
All right. Well, if you're just joining us, we are here with Luke Trimble and the Shakes. And the Shakes are no slouches. Yeah, these guys all have neat stories, and I don't necessarily have time to talk to everybody, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about a couple folks up here. Connor McGlone, for instance, who plays bass up here from Prestonsburg, Kentucky. He was a percussionist, as I understand it, before he played bass. In fact, he was on the path of a drummer through high school, and he was actually a member of the Kentucky Opry Junior Pros. And then it was at COVID time when the pandemic taught him the bass, and he never looked back. Likes the percussive aspect of that instrument. I also want to mention also Alden Oldfield, who's over there in pedal steel. Alden is from Bath County, Kentucky, and he got into pedal steel so later on in life. I guess that was also a COVID find for him as well. So we've been looking for, like, were there any gifts that COVID brought us? Well, two are up here on the stage right now, one playing bass and one playing pedal steel. Alden is, started taking Zoom lessons with a great player, Pat Lyons, who was actually who Coulter Wall's. I think he plays with Coulter Wall, doesn't he? Right? Did he play with? Yeah. So anyway, he's learning from a good source, and you can hear it. You got a great sound, Alden, and thanks for all that you bring to the stage. And then I want to then bring up a couple of, then there's Lucy and Braxton. Braxton, I wonder if you could step up to the microphone for me. I got a few things that I got to ask you. We're going to grill you a little bit. All right. You might not get it. Yeah. All right. We're going to see if Braxton's up to this. No. So Braxton, so you have a distinction of being given, you were in a speed drumming competition.
That's right.
Is that true?
Yeah.
And so this isn't something probably that many guys who play sort of Americana, folk, country music, would say about themselves. I mean, you're a guy who sort of took a different direction in drumming. Tell us about how you happened to get into speed drumming.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a serendipitous story. I found a photographer in Floyd County to shoot my senior pictures, my senior year of high school, and he was a musician. His name's Steve Porter, phenomenal guy. He works at the Mountain Arts Center, and we just kind of jammed while he was taking my senior photos. And Steve, at the time, worked at Soundhouse Music in Pikeville, which I was born in Pikeville. And Steve had invited me to the NAMM convention in Nashville. They also have it in Anaheim, California. But while I was at NAMM, I ran into some speed drummers there who I really admired and used to watch their videos all the time on YouTube.
What's a speed drummer?
Yeah, so a lot of these guys are playing like really fast and abrasive music, mostly metal, punk rock, things of that nature.
Gotcha. Yeah, I assumed it was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're playing like punk but you said mostly metal.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of competed in the competition on a whim. Didn't really place the first year. Went back the second year after training and came in second place. But I really felt like second place was the first biggest loser. So I remember going back to my hotel room. I cried for like 30 minutes. Like I was devastated, because I'd spent an entire year working really hard. So that really taught me, though, that failure is a better teacher than success. Because the third year that I competed, I became the world's fastest drummer champion. That was in 2015.
The world's?
Yep.
The world's fastest?
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Okay. All right, well, so, okay, that begs the question. I mean, like, would you be able to do just like a 30-second demonstration of something
Sure,
like
yeah,
super fast?
I'll play some fast stuff for you.
Yeah, play something super, I mean,
Can we step back here?
could you, yeah, just stay out so the cameras can watch this. So there isn't, we have no lighter fluid up there, is there? Okay, so, are you gonna like make the drum smoke a little bit?
Can't make no promises, but most likely.
Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so yeah, play something for 30 seconds, really, really fast.
Okay, sure. I'll kind of start slow and then I'll go into some fast stuff.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So is this restrictive for you doing this kind of music? I mean, is it hard for you to take it from sort of that energy to more of a sort of finesse energy? I mean, we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, I think every style of music is pretty challenging at the
Yeah.
end of the day. Like, country has the unique problem of requiring a lot of self-control. So with my background, metal music is very busy. It's like more is more. This music is really antithetical to that. This music is less is more.
Uh-huh.
So it requires a lot of self-control.
Yeah.
And in that way, it's a really good challenge, and it's really helped me grow as a musician playing this kind of music.
Awesome. Hey, well, thanks, Braxton. I appreciate the demo. All right, good. Hey, it occurs to me I I didn't even mention my neighbor here. So Daniel Huff is to my right, and Daniel's from Maysville, and he's a commercial music studies major at Morehead State University. And this makes me want to ask the question, how many of you up here have some tie to Morehead State and to the music program there? So that's a high percentage. What is 4 out of 6? What is that? What's the percentage on that? Yeah, it's high percentage. It's a so anyway, yeah. This is to say that Morehead State's music program is impacting the music of Kentucky in so many ways, and this is very cool. Lucy Becker, I want to talk to you for a minute because I've never had a chance to interview you. So you, I want to give you my congrats for earning the awards from the International Bluegrass Music Association. Won the Sally Ann Forrester Award, the Scholarship Award. She played, Sally Ann Forrester, who I think is no longer with us. She played with Bill Monroe. It's a scholarship supporting women in bluegrass. And then you also won another scholarship, the Rick Lang Songwriter Scholarship. For the latter of the two of those scholarships, did you have to submit an original song?
I did. I submitted a few original songs, and they were submitted towards the Rick Lang Scholarship.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. And how did you choose what to send along?
Well, I guess since it was associated with bluegrass music, I submitted my kind of one and only bluegrass song. I do play a lot of bluegrass music, but I don't write much bluegrass music. And so I had a song written about Kentucky and the sunset, so I figured may as well step right into that cliche.
But I mean, cliche, yeah, but things become cliche for a reason, right? Because they resonate with a lot of people, and sunsets and all that stuff does. So your style has been shaped over the years by your interests in a pretty wide range of music and teachers. I assume you had a family who really nurtured music for you, nurtured you in the field.
I sure did.
Is it important, do you think, to find one teacher to work with over a period of time, or do you think it's more valuable for developing musicians, developing fiddlers, for instance, to seek out a variety of teachers? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think you should take from as many people as possible. I think, if you meet that one teacher that you really, really resonate with and connect with, that stick with them for as long as you can. But I think my whole life I've had probably at least 2 teachers, like, at the same time. Even with all my basis in fiddle playing and fiddle training, I still had many, many teachers throughout the years. I grew up learning from Daniel and Amy Carwile, but at the same time, I was also taking old time with Jesse Wells. And then I was also, taking Celtic and taking classical. And I don't know, I think you should just eat it all up and take from as many people that you can. Really.
Yeah. Did you learn something from your years studying classical music? And can you speak to that a little bit? I think there are fiddlers out there, right, going, I don't know if I really want to be bothered with that. What does that training bring to your playing in this idiom?
Honestly, so much. I am so grateful for my classical training every single day that I wake up, because I don't know, it was lots of hours and lots of practicing and lots of scales and lots of etudes, but some of what I learned technically really can't be taught outside of that setting, in my opinion. Of course, every teacher has their slight varieties in how they teach technique, and I think it's all correct to a point, but lots of just the really intense classical training, I think, is what's going to give me longevity to my playing. So that's
longevity in terms of physical longevity with your shoulders, your posturing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so. Just having that technical background, it's again, I really believe that lots of teachers teach lots of different techniques, and to a point, they really are all correct, and you see players that play completely just however they play. One of the best fiddle players in the world, Michael Cleveland, and I don't hold our bows the same way at all, and he seems to be just making great strides in the world of fiddle playing. And so I don't think there's any really one correct technique, but I will say all of my classical training has definitely made me feel a lot more confident in my playing, and I think it's just going to give my body longevity. as far as fiddle playing goes.
And you also, as a little kid, you did contest fiddling.
I did.
Did that training, that fiddling, that experience bring something valuable to your personhood right now as a musician?
I think so. It was definitely very challenging and very stressful at the time. I remember just being terrified. Every single contest, there was never one contest that I was not nervous at. But I mean, I think it's a really good just skill to practice playing in front of people, and all the pressure, I think, in the long run is good practice for, performing. So. Yeah.
What do you like about playing with this ensemble?
Not much. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't ask what you enjoyed about playing with Daniel. I was just saying specifically with this group in general.
I just think it's a really huge group effort, and that's really rare. I spent time playing with lots of different groups, and out of every single group, this remains my favorite because it's so collaborative, and we are all so interested in what everybody has to add to the group. And I will never, ever forget our very first rehearsal that I came to. We'd been trying to all get together, but because of school, of course, our schedules are so chaotic all the time. And I'll never forget my very first rehearsal with them. The first song I played, I was half lost. I had no clue what was going on. And they stopped mid-song, and they were just like face in palms, and they were like, wow, this is what our music has been missing. We are so glad you're here. And nice. To be honest, I cannot remember a single other time playing with any other band that I've felt that appreciated. So it's awesome. It means a lot.
Nice. All right. Well, great talking to you guys. Let's get back to some more music with Luke Trimble and the Shakes on Red Barn Radio.
I think we're not getting any out of our monitors.
Hello, August. How you been, my old friend? Your leaves are changing like slop chasing, and I guess this is where it begins. Well, don't cry, Mama. I'll be home real soon. I'm off to get an education in a big city just like you. Guess it's time for me to go. Sworn out old mining town is all I've ever known. There's one thing before I leave. Thank God above for these mountains that raise me. Ma'am, I'll miss you and your Sunday suit beans. But I'm hungry for a life that Papa Mark wanted for me. And to my little sister, you're growing up so fast. Cherish your high school memories before they become your past. Guess it's time for me to go. Sworn out old mining town is all I've ever known. There's one thing before I leave. Thank God above for these mountains that raise me. That raise me.
Thank you. I'm next going to do a tune that seems to be doing okay for us right now. It's about a girl I used to see in Pike County, Kentucky, and it was about an hour drive from my house to hers, and kind of wrote it on those trips in between. So, yeah, this next tune is called Pike County Queen.
Too damn young to do what I was told. I'd run through the hills, I'd drink and I'd smoke. 19 with rambling on my mind. Never thought I'd find a lover that slowed down my stride. That's way behind. And I told her, you look like something I'd seen in my dreams. Won't you come my way, my Pike County queen? "23 never looked so lonely tonight, but I'm 10 miles from Lockins Creek. I hope I make it there by light." Remember all those times that Mommy used to say, "Son, you're hell-bound for living your life this way." Lying eyes say, "Mom, I'm heaven sent." Didn't think an angel from down the river would make me an honest man. That was back then. And I told her, you look like something I'd seen in my dreams. Won't you come my way, my Pike County queen? "23 never looked so lonely tonight, but I'm 10 miles from Lockins Creek. I hope I make it there by light." Black-haired beauty with a wild side. There's something I need to tell you before you head home tonight. You look like something I'd seen in my dreams. I'm so glad you're mine, my Pike County queen. Kentucky moons never shine so bright on the face of such an angel who saved my life.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to do another tune off our... oh, yeah, I got you. This tune is really special to me as well. It's all about growing up here in the Bluegrass State and, being proud of where you're from. And we travel a lot around, and there's no place like home. So this next tune's called Bluegrass.
When my days on earth are over, when I reach great divide, something made of my name will people love. George cry, 'cause I know I could be son of a bitch. Tastes good hard, throws in ditch, but I reckon gave it my best try. Somewhere down the line, get to see my papa's face. Sure, he'll put me in my place for watching over me from above while sin and sorrow are on my case. I try to give more than I take. Circumstance can shake your face, so I took Panama travel many times. Somewhere down the line, place me on a hillside facing east, so I don't have to miss sunrise again. No matter where I go around this world, hope to make it back to Kentucky in the end. So when you lay me down to rest, make sure there's bluegrass above my head. I aim to have myself a family and some land to harvest my crops. Little house surrounded by woods, so I have some place to get lost. Hope learned from times that I was wrong. There's many more than few. A lifetime full of memories when my days are through. Make sure to place me on a hillside facing east, so I don't have to miss sunrise again. No matter where I go around this world, hope to make it back to Kentucky in the end. So when you lay me down to rest, make sure there's bluegrass above my head. So when you lay me down to rest, make sure there's bluegrass above my head.
Thank you, guys.
Well, there are many people to thank for our program. First, Luke Trimble and the Shakes, our guests this week. We are ever grateful for our volunteers and staff who make our production happen each and every week. We want to thank all of you for listening to our webcast, and those of you who were able to come here and be in the house as an audience this evening. It's terrific to have you guys here. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn's premier radio partner, Central and Eastern Kentucky's radio news leader. You can listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU. That's NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Those of you here in the Central Kentucky area, hey, be sure to check out Red Barn TV. It's our weekly program of music, now on ABC 36 WTVQ. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests on our program. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. You can sign up weekly. You can sign up today for our weekly email newsletter. It will let you know who it is that's coming up next with bio and links on our guests. Reach out to us. That's news@redbarnradio.com and put subscribe in the header. Make sense? Also, let us know where you hear our broadcast and what you think of the program. Before we close out tonight's broadcast, let's bring back Luke Trimble and the Shakes to Red Barn Radio.
We're going to do a coal mining tune here. It's called Black Gold.
Feet hit the floor about 4:45. They don't stop moving till it's quitting time. 'Cause it's a long walk to the Van Leer mines, a poor man's wage of nickels and dimes. aches in his back and cold dust in his lungs. To him, 23 didn't feel so young. He's got a woman and 2 babies to feed, so he'll stay a slave to the coal company. As he says, God, have mercy on my soul, as I dig deeper to my grave, search of that black gold. His granddaddy marched for a coal miner's rights, 1920 on a coal winter's night. He was shot down by West Virginia State Police, brought the Union men straight to their knees. That was his dad's proudest story to tell. The black clunk sent that heathen straight to hell. As he screamed, God, have mercy on my soul, as I dig deeper to my grave, search of that black gold. Living in a mine shaft ain't prosperous so much. There's a sense of pride in those who push their luck. So he'll make that walk to the Van Leer mines, his head held high every day till he dies. As he says, God, have mercy on my soul, as I dig deeper to my grave, in search of that black gold.
All right. Well, folks, that's all for the show for this week. But you can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide as we stream live on the web on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. You can also listen to archive performances on Patreon and Spotify and Google Podcasts. The list goes on. Remember, folks, every like, comment, share, and subscribe helps bring roots music Southern style to your neck of the woods. And finally this, folks, if any of our featured artists are performing out there in your area, get out and hear them live. They need you now more than ever. And from all of us here at Red Barn Radio, to all of our friends worldwide, let's keep working together to be safe and healthy. And until next time, good night from Red Barn Radio.
Go through the whole thing, or you want to shout out?